Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing fine. I'm also okay. In this episode, I want to answer the question, why did Ruto pick Professor Kindiki Kithure as his deputy? If that is something you want to hear about, stay tuned. If you're watching for the first time, take a moment, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss subsequent videos. Otherwise, let me just give you the answer. I believe that Dr. Ruto picked Professor Kindiki because of one main quality of Kindiki: loyalty. Professor Kindiki is not just a workaholic. It's not that Kindiki can deliver everything that Rigathi can deliver. He can deliver more. He is loyal. Unlike Rigathi, Kindiki Kithure is somebody Ruto can trust. Now, does that mean that Ruto did not trust Rigathi? No, he did. That is why he felt betrayed when Rigathi decided to focus on petty politics of Mount Kenya region as opposed to focusing on delivering the bottom-up economic agenda. It hurt him because he thought he understood Rigathi. He thought he knew Rigathi. And even though people wanted him to pick Kindiki, he was like, Rigathi is a ruthless mobilizer and is somebody who can get things done and is a pro-people person. Let us give him a chance. And he gave him a chance. And not just that, he gave him roles that nobody had given a vice president, a deputy president, let alone a vice president. Ruto was deputy president for 2 terms. He was never given roles. At times, he would not be funded. At times, Uhuru would just delegate the roles that people thought would go to the deputy president. He would give them to the likes of Matiang'i, and Ruto would be rendered useless. But Ruto did not do that to Rigathi. To tell you that he trusted Rigathi, he made Rigathi to chair all cabinet subcommittees. He made Rigathi to be in charge of devolution, not just by words. There is actually a PS for devolution in the office of the deputy president. And Rigathi was the one who was also in charge of cabinet affairs, implementation of everything that has been done, that has been decided and resolved at the cabinet. That was the work of Rigathi Gachagua to ensure that they are implemented. He was also the one that was in charge of every donor-funded program. No donor would come into this country and fund a program without having to go through Rigathi Gachagua. This is the guy that Ruto put in charge of very critical agricultural sectors like milk, coffee, tea, etc. So Ruto trusted him. Ruto believed that because he's a ruthless mobilizer and he's a pro-people person, and when he puts his mind into something, he gets things done, this is the guy I need to help me achieve bottom-up. But then Rigathi is not loyal. He has ego. He believes that he's better, he's superior. And so this brought issues because now he started focusing on how to be the kingpin of Mount Kenya and how to fight any other person. And then as if that was not enough, he decided now to fight the president and paint the president as the worst person possible by just inciting people with things that were not true at all. And so Ruto was betrayed. That is why I'm telling you, even if you checked his speech, he has never said a word about Rigathi, even after the impeachment, etc. But even if you saw his speech, he was like, I became lonely when Kindiki was taking over. I became lonely. He felt betrayed that in the presidency where he was supposed to have a principal assistant, he didn't have a principal assistant. He had a principal saboteur, somebody who was out to make sure that Ruto does not deliver anything so that he could use that claim to join another camp in 2027. That is so bad. That level of disloyalty has never been seen, but Rigathi proved that deputy president can actually feel that they're so important and go to such levels. And so when Ruto was looking at who do I replace this Rigathi with, who is this person that I don't need to second guess, somebody that I have known for a very long time, but who also can deliver, that was no one else. In that particular arrangement that we have currently, it was not going to be Mudavadi. It was not going to be Waiguru. It was not going to be Gladys Wanga. It was not going to be anybody else. It had to be Kindiki Kithure. Because Kindiki Kithure go with Ruto way back. He's been Ruto's lawyer. They have been very good friends for a very long time. And Kindiki Kithure has one advantage. He's not just a workaholic. He's not just somebody who gets things done. He is also very loyal and extremely disciplined human being. And so Ruto had no problem picking Kindiki. In my opinion, that is the main reason why he was picked. Now, there are people who are saying that, oh, you see, this was a big plan by Ruto to pick Rigathi, bring him on board, only to impeach him so that he can pick his friend Kindiki. That was a waste of time for Ruto. That is not how Ruto handles politics. You know, if you study how Ruto has always handled his politics, Ruto believes in continuity. How long has he been with his PA, Farouk Kibet? Years. He believes in continuity. He's not the guy who wants a trial and error. When he picked Rigathi, he made it clear, openly and public to the everyone who wanted to listen, that they were going to serve with Rigathi for 2 terms. He was very categorical that this deputy of mine, we have agreed with him that we are going to serve for 2 terms, and when those 2 terms are over, we are going to retire. Of course, Rigathi changed that midway. He decided he's not going to retire. He wants to be president. And so that was not a problem to Ruto. The only problem was because Ruto was like, okay, fine. I also went for 2 terms as deputy and still vied for president. So that is not the big deal. That was not the point of disagreement between Rigathi and Ruto. The point of disagreement between Rigathi and Ruto is when Rigathi decided that he was no longer interested in helping the president deliver on the bottom up. Because remember, President Ruto's re-election depends entirely on whether he delivers or not. If he doesn't deliver, I tell you, it will be very difficult for President Ruto to get re-elected, because the Kenyan voter is a very educated one this time. Even last time, the media tried everything to paint Ruto as dark. They still voted for Ruto. So these are not some people that you can really woodwink. Ruto knows very well that his second term depends entirely on him delivering the bottom up. So he's on the course, by the way. I'm very glad that the president is already launching the things he said. SHA is already working, and other things, and affordable housing is there, is working. So he wanted a deputy who was doing the job, the principal assistant work that is highlighted in the Constitution, Article 147, that you assist the president to achieve his goal. You assist the president to achieve his manifesto. And so Rigathi decided that was not his calling anymore, that he was not going to help Ruto do anything. He was going to be chief saboteur. And so Ruto had to find somebody else. And when he was looking for somebody else, he did not have to look very far, because he had somebody who could deliver in the person of Kindiki, but he also had a very loyal person in the same person of Kindiki. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why I think President Ruto picked Kindiki. The main reason. There are other reasons like the Mulima politics, where if you pick Kindiki, you have still retained the deputy president's position in the Mulima as agreed. And so that was okay. But you see, that also could have gone to Waiguru if that was the main reason. You could have just picked somebody from Kirinyaga, etc. But Ruto was looking for somebody who is loyal and can deliver, and somebody who he knew very well, not somebody who he was going to give a benefit of doubt. And that was Kindiki, ladies and gentlemen. If you found this video useful, let me know in the comment section. Also, drop a like and share it with friends. Otherwise, let us meet in the next video.